Anime is slowly becoming an incredibly important part of pop culture. Everywhere you look these days, it feels like it's becoming increasingly difficult to not see anime. More people are talking about it, and it's known for many things, whether it be amazing stories or insane visuals, or the ability to cater to almost any niche. Or, and this is my favorite one, the ability to kick the West off of its ass so that they actually pump out some innovative stuff. Favorite, of course, being Spider-Man Across the Multiverse and Puss in Boots. But there is one element that often feels missed. In the vast sea of anime YouTubers, it feels like the music is often left unattended to. Sure, when the Airsobi kicks in, we'll all start bopping out and everyone is talking, but that's then the end of it. It usually ends at the intro. It's sad because there is such a wonderful world within the music of anime itself, and more than that, within sound design. Without music, everything would be very much different. There would be no emotion. Music is basically emotions quantified. One of my favorite quotes about music is that music is the way that we decorate time, and art is the way that we decorate space. Flip that around and then you have the actual quote. I'm going to use a case study here. Do y'all remember the introduction to Season 3 of Demon Slayer? The one with the Infinity Castle? Yes, that one. Watch it. Okay, now watch it again. I just wanted to say that this song is unironically really good. You've probably seen many creators use similar tricks to make similar points. Well, I want to take a few steps further back to show you just how important music can be to a scene. Again, as far as I know, Demon Slayer, pretty popular anime, but why does no one talk about the epic sound design? As I just proved, it's freaking epic, and the scene would be nothing without it. I mean, honestly, it's very cool visually, but in terms of the audio experience, to me, it was so much better. Exhibit A. Kids on the Slope is a story about a classical pianist turned jazz.
Well, that's something funky. It's funky, right?
It's an amazing story about how music can save your life. There are a few moments in which I remember that anime has inspired the deepest feelings of glee and true excitement, or the deepest sadness. Kids on the Slope is one of them. Because when Sentaru and Karu start jamming, it goes further than anything you could imagine. It feels like the instrumentalists behind the scenes truly poured out their hearts and souls into the moment. And the scene just becomes alive. The world is enveloped in jazz. It's like watching Kirito dual wield for the first time. All you can feel is a sense of happiness because the impossible stakes were overcome, even though they shouldn't have been. As a pianist myself, I don't think I can actually state enough how much I recommend you watch this anime. Particularly if you play an instrument. It doesn't have to be a piano. But I really do think that Kids on the Slope is an anime you just absolutely need to watch if you play an instrument. It's not even just the music that they play. The soundtrack adds another layer, adds another dimension that just truly brings things to life. The actual soundtrack feels so complementary to what the characters play, and it's in that moment when for a brief second the soundtrack becomes what the characters are playing that elevates things to a new experience. Suddenly what we're hearing is what the characters hear too, and that beauty can go a really long way. Sometimes the best words to say are nothing at all. Bleach aside, there's some things I love about it, and there are things I loathe and detest. My main problem with Bleach is that sometimes it drags on forever, and you have to kind of sit through like 4 fights that you really don't want to see. Regardless, on its own, it's pretty solid, but the music is what truly elevates it. Because I mean, come on, it does. The soundtrack was composed by Ishiro Sagisu, and I don't think anyone could have been more suited to the job. Every composer has their unique imprint that they will leave on their music. That's what I think, at least. And Shiro Sagisu absolutely sold the Bleach anime for me. Well, at least 1000 Year Blood War arc, because I haven't actually watched anything before that. Also, I don't know why I keep saying Shiro Sagisu. It's just kind of happening at this point. His music just packs so much emotion into the scene. Bleach is long and drawn out, yes, but hearing that banger soundtrack always feels like it was worth the trade-off. Because baby, now you feel like number one. The one thing I like about the Bleach soundtrack is that the characteristics of the anime are given so much room to breathe, and sometimes it allows for the best moments, like this.
It is mandatory for you to acknowledge that Bleach has some of the best intros in anime, and I think those intros may or may not carry harder than my teammates in Fortnite.
Another anime that is taken to a literal new plane of existence is Sword Art Online.
What? What? How? Kayaba.
Please don't kill me. I have already referenced it earlier in this video, and I'm going to call back again to the moment when you see the anime for the first time. Probably as a cringe 14-year-old agelord, because that's how old I was and it was like my second anime ever. And it's the most exhilarating experience of your world, watching as Kirito takes out his dual wielding skill. And he fights the boss and wins, and he has like 1 HP to spare. Frieren, Beyond Journey's End, is probably one of my favorite anime right now. Because, you guessed it, it has the banging tunes. That, and I'm always up for a great ship. No, not that kind of ship. That's the one. Let me put this into a better context. Frieren, Beyond Journey's End, is an anime about an elf who has lived for 1,000 years. The point in time that the anime is set is about 50 years after one of the most formative periods of Frieren's life, which was meeting Himmel the hero and the hero's party. In the first few episodes, we kind of get to know these characters a little bit, and then we get to see them in their old age, after a long and fierce battle and arduous yet fulfilling journey. As the story progresses, she starts to meet new companions, and a new story is slowly spun. To me, the way that the story is told is complemented by the most warm and wondrous soundtrack. That flute just hits different every single time that you hear it. The music helps create this feeling that despite the challenges the characters have faced, everything is alright now, and everything will be alright. It's a perfect bonding of story and music. It makes Frieren's journey feel so full. It makes every journey feel full.
Skyblock teaches us that no matter how ridiculous the odds may seem, within us resides the power to overcome these challenges and achieve something beautiful. That one day, we'll look back at where we started and be amazed by how far we've come.